Hey guys, what's up? Welcome back to my channel. For today's video, we're going to be playing with something very different today. I saw this sponge online. I saw that Kathleen Lights and Nikki Tutorials did a review on them. I didn't watch the reviews though, because I don't want a biased opinion, but the title for their review was Velvet Micro Sponge. And I was like, I need to try that. So I got this sponge. It's from the Juno and it retails for $6. It feels so good. Like it's actually fuzzy. I don't know if you'll be able to see the little fuzzies on it. You know, when you use a regular beauty blender, those are just like a normal sponge. They're not fuzzy or anything like that, but this is satisfying. Okay. Like, I could rub this all over my skin all day. It feels so good. So let me pull up the site real quick so I can tell you some more information on it. On the website, it says, if you're looking for a more natural airbrushed foundation finish, the Juno Microfiber Velvet Sponge is your go-to. Now, I don't really like natural finishes. I need full coverage for this, okay? You see these dark circles? You see these pores? Made with velvet soft microfiber bristles and a slanted edge for controlled stippling. This is, right here is the slanted edge. The Juno Microfiber Velvet Sponge provides buildable coverage fast. How to use. Use it wet. Wet it, squeeze it, stipple it, which we sure will do. Perfect for liquid foundations, concealers, and contouring. Use it dry. Dip it, tap it, pat it. Perfect for powder, bronzers, blush, and highlighters. And like I said, these retail for $6. I already have this wet, that's why it looks a little bit bigger. So I've already primed my face. We're just going to go in with a foundation. Going with the ColourPop No Filter foundation. I'm using the shade Fair 30. This is what it looks like. So I'm just going to put some on the back of my hand. And I'm going to use this flat side, like the bottom of the sponge, to pounce this into the skin. Oh, wow, okay. So right off the bat, you can see that the coverage is very full when using this sponge. And it's weird because you can actually feel like the little fuzzies on your face, but it's like satisfying. I don't know how to explain it. Oh, and another thing, I did wet this 100%, but it feels dry on my skin. Like, it literally feels like I didn't even wet it, but I 100% did wet it. So that's a little bit strange, but wow. This does give like an airbrush finish. Holy crap. Where did my pores go? I'd love to know. Always rub it down your neck. Wow, the finish of this is, I don't even know how to explain it. Like the coverage, I don't know if you guys are gonna be able to see. The coverage is there. I know that there's a lot of product on the bottom here, but I don't really think that it's soaked up that much product, honestly. Okay, I'm not mad at this. I kind of like this. And for only $6, that is a bargain, honey. That is a real bargain. All right. So I guess let's go in with concealer. For the concealer, I'm just going to use ColourPop No Filter concealer. Gonna use it in the shade number 4. Pharaoh 4 is what it's called. I don't really like to put concealer up here anymore because I just noticed that it kind of looks dry and cakey when I do that, so I don't even bother putting any on my forehead anymore. I'm going to go in with this back side here and blend that out. Wow. Like, where did my dark circles go? With a normal beauty blender, when I apply this foundation, it does not give me this much coverage with this foundation. So I'm really impressed, actually. Like, I'm like a brand new woman. I do feel that my under eyes with this do look a little bit dry. I don't know if you'll be able to tell, but I do think that my under eyes look really dry when blending out with this concealer. This concealer normally doesn't do that, but we're still just gonna go with it. All right, and now I'm going to do contour, since it says that you can use it for contour. And I'm gonna use the Fenty Matchstick in the shade Amber. Just looks right like this. I'm gonna start by putting it in the hollows of my cheekbones, a little bit on my forehead, and you can put it on your nose and your jaw, but I don't really do that. So we're just going to blend that out. Now I don't know how this is going to blend because this sponge is practically dry, so I don't know how well this will blend out. Can you guys hear it, like when I pounce it in? That sound is just satisfying to me. Okay, so it didn't blend out too bad. You always want to pounce it. You don't really want to drag because it can disturb the foundation and concealer you already set down. But it didn't do a bad job at all. Like I said, I'm not mad at it. It's doing the job, and for $6, you can't beat it. So then I'm just gonna go in with my Tarteist Pro Glow in the shade Sculpt, just to set. Actually, wait, no, we're gonna go in with powder first. I'm gonna go in with the ColourPop No Filter powder in the color Translucent, and we're gonna set my concealer. So I'm gonna use the flat edge, just kind of. Does that happen to anybody else? Like, you go to put powder on and it literally like creates a cloud and you start choking? Cause same. Alright, so when using powder with this, I don't think I like using the powder with this because it kind of does like make your face sort of cakey, in my opinion. Like, I don't know if you guys can see, but right there's just a little bit of cakiness, and in the crevices of my nose here too. But I mean, other than that, for the foundation itself, it really did create an airbrush finish, in my opinion. Also, on their website, they have this type of sponge, and then they have another type of sponge. They have one called Microfiber Fusion Sponge, and this is what it looks like. It kind of just has two edges on the side of it. And for this one, it's also $6, and it says, the first ever microfiber makeup sponge fuses together your favorite makeup tools, the beauty sponge and makeup brush. The ultra soft dual layer sponge saves you up to 50% of your makeup product, and everything blends perfectly. So that is another option. You don't have to get this one, but I just personally, I didn't really want that one. Currently it's sold out right now. I know this specific sponge was sold out for quite some time, and I ordered this almost 3 weeks ago, and I just got it now because their volume is so crazy when they get orders in. So I'm going to do some blush and some bronzer, and then I'm going to use the sponge to apply some highlight. It says you can use it for highlight. So I'm going to take the Tarteist Pro Glow that I mentioned before, the color Sculpt, and we're just going to set this cream contour that we did, just so that way it doesn't slide off of our face throughout the day and it doesn't crease. And then for blush, I'm just going to go in with the Laura Geller Baked Blush and Bright. This is what it looks like. I'm just going to put that on the apples of my cheeks. And then for highlight, I'm going to go in with the ColourPop Flexitarian highlighter. This is what it looks like. And I'm just going to go in and pounce that highlighter right on my skin. So this isn't my favorite way to apply my highlighter, in all honesty. I prefer to use a brush when applying it. I don't feel like this is really applying the highlighter that great, but you still are getting somewhat of a sheen and payoff, so depending on what kind of highlighter you're using. Like obviously this is a cream highlighter, so maybe this would work with a powder highlighter, but yeah, you can still see it, so that's cool. I'm going to finish up my face and I will be right back. Alright guys, I have finished the rest of my face. So for my final thoughts on this, I like the concept of it. I think it is so pleasing to feel this and touch this. It did apply my foundation extra full coverage, which is nice. You know, you can't see any of my redness, you can't see any of my dark circles, any of my hyperpigmentation. So I do like that. I do think that like when I applied this with powder, this is not what I would apply powder with in all reality. It's a little bit cakey right here and in this general area. So for foundation and concealer it blends good, but I would not use this for powder. It blended my contour very good. So overall, for $6, I don't think you can beat it. I don't know why, but all the sponges have this little like dot on them. I think it's kind of dumb, but I don't know what it's for. So yeah, I mean this isn't bad in all reality. I don't really have anything bad to say about it. Like I said, I would not apply powder with this. Now it could have just been the powder I was applying. I used the ColourPop powder. So I am still going to try it out and test it out with, you know, other foundations, concealers, and powders to see if it makes a difference. This is the packaging it comes in. It just comes in like a little clear bag, and on the back of the bag it reiterates what the website says about how it's, if you want a more natural airbrush finish, you know, blah blah blah. So I definitely do think this gives you airbrushed, but I wouldn't say natural. Like, you can definitely tell that I have makeup on, in my opinion. This is not a natural look. Oh, it's also latex free and cruelty free, which is really nice if you are allergic to latex. So this is cool. I really like the concept behind it. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel and hit that notification bell so you can be notified every time that I upload. And I will see you guys in my next video. Bye!